guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome. My name is Kristen and this is Life Made Simple. This is my first video in my deep cleaning, spring cleaning series. I am starting in my kitchen. I decided to kind of break it up and do it room by room, but this is my 2020 Extreme Clean With Me video. There's going to be some major messy house cleaning motivation. I hope you guys are ready to see some huge transformations, some really nice before and afters, and let's just say I'm extremely embarrassed of some of these shots. So I will explain more during the video on why I have such a dirty stove, but let's get into this video. But before I go ahead and show you the whole process of cleaning my stove, I wanted to show you guys and tell you that today's video is in a collaboration with my friend Megan that I have met here on YouTube. Megan has been here on YouTube for about 8 months, and guys, she is killing it. She has some major cleaning motivation. She is a mama of 6 kids, a registered nurse, and a wife. So she has a deep cleaning video on her channel as well today, so pop on over after watching this video, tell her I said hey, and go check out her channel and show her some love.
I thought that we had something special. I thought I handled this so well. I know we had the right intentions, but somehow it came to an end.
Okay, so this video is starting out like super messy. I decided to just, you know what, this was the most taunting task that I had on my list for the kitchen, and I was going to start out with it because I was afraid if I started doing other things that I was going to run out of steam and this was not going to get done. So I technically don't have to explain myself, and yeah, I really don't have any words. This stove is so nasty. The deal is we moved in almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years in April, and I was 18 weeks pregnant, and there was a whole bunch of other factors of this house being pretty much the bigger fixer-upper that I wanted to deal with a toddler and being pregnant. We actually did not look at this house in person till the day before we closed on it. We bought it over FaceTime, and I probably really don't want to do that again, but let's just say there was a lot of things to do to this house, more things than I thought that there would be. A lot of things were absolutely disgusting and not clean, and I got really overwhelmed, and I just kind of had to pick somewhere to start, and I started. So a lot of things did get put on the back burner, hence this stove. Now, don't get me wrong, I have actually attempted to clean this stove more than once, and just because mom life and busyness and all the crazy things that go on, I have never had a lot of time to dedicate to it. And I know a lot of these are probably just excuses, like probably when I'm sitting on the couch eating pistachios and watching YouTube, I probably could have been cleaning this stove, but I didn't. So that is exactly what we're doing today, and I can tell you it looks like a brand new stove already.
Push you back, I hold you close. Push you back, hold you close. Start a fight, there you go. I get unstable, I get unstable. In my bed, all alone, never know when you're home. I get unstable, I get unstable. Push you back, hold you close. Start a fight, there you go. I get unstable, I get unstable. In my bed, all alone, never know when you're home.
As you can see, there is a huge difference to what it looked like before, but I still want to get this more clean. I am actually going to see if I can take this apart and get on the inside of it, so let's hope this goes well.
Push you back, hold you close, start a fight, there you go. I get a
So the one thing that has bothered me so much is there is like this greasy streak in between the glasses that has always been on the front, or like when you have the stove closed. It's always been like right there. It makes the stove look dirty. So I was glad that this was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be to take this apart. I was actually really scared because I was like, please, I don't want to break this stove. Like, I don't want to have to buy a new one. Out of the kitchen appliances, the stove is the only thing we have not replaced, and it's because it works fine. It's just dirty. I just need to get it like really good and clean and literally spend hours on this thing. I have attempted to clean this thing so many times, just not spend a lot of time on it at one time. Funny story, when we first moved in the house, there was no microwave, so we had to install the microwave that is above the stove, and we pulled the stove out. I was 18 weeks pregnant, and I spent like no joke 2 hours, and like 4 magic erasers later I had scrubbed the sides of this stove because the people that lived before us in this house literally just had food oozing in between the cabinets and the countertops, like down the side of the stove. It was disgusting. Like, I'm telling you, it took me a good 6 months to actually like feel comfortable in my home, because I felt like I was constantly cleaning up a mess that somebody else made. Okay, I did not expect this to be that dirty because I have actually moved this out quite a few times to clean it. As you can see, that doesn't really matter because it is completely dirty again. So I'm so glad I am showing this on the internet.
Before the sun goes down, I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling.
Okay, so I did not get the whole oven clean because I am running out of time. We have people coming over for dinner in a couple hours, and we got to get the corn pudding started. So this is the inside of the oven door, which is like night and day. I will probably do this in another time, like thoroughly super scrubbing, but I scrubbed for quite a while, and I did get the thing open. As you can see, the outside, just looks so much better. There's no more streak that was going down. I still have to clean under there. And then inside, I'm about to clean the grates, but wow, the camera makes this show up way better. Now, this looks horrible. In real person, I can't actually see it as good as it comes up on camera. I kind of like wiped out the bottom a little bit. Oh my god, this is disgusting. I'm actually super embarrassed. Like, you guys should see what it looks like in person and what it looks like on camera. The camera makes it look 10 times worse. Or it actually is that worse. So no, the camera doesn't make it look worse. But yes, I got this as scrubbed out as I can for right now. I'm going to clean the grates real good and then continue with my cleaning because we're about to use this oven and I will just have to do this later on. This is so embarrassing. I can't even get over it. But yeah, I think the outside and the inside of the door looks amazing. I would like to mention too, if you notice at the beginning of the video, I did spray the inside of the stove door with a product called Easy Off. I don't really recommend it. It wasn't as good. I know it does say that you need to leave it overnight, and I just didn't have time for that. But to be honest, I thought my Dawn soap with vinegar with baking soda or powder, whatever, which one it is, it worked just as good. So if you guys do buy it, maybe think about leaving it on overnight, and maybe you'll get better results than I did.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say a lot.
Okay, now I need to clean the inside of this drawer, which this is real life for you. No, I think we cleaned this out when we first moved in almost 2 years ago. And this is what's under there. That's crazy. I am a little ashamed, but yeah, that's real life for you.
From cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we cry.
So this is one of those places that I know I have cleaned out before. I definitely have sprayed in there and wiped out a few times, and I think it gets so dirty because when you open the door of the stove, a lot of crumbs fall through and go straight down, and we almost make homemade pizza literally once a week. If not once a week, like it's every other week. So that is another reason why our stove gets so dirty, is because we literally just slide the pizza right onto the racks.
I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
So they say it gets worse before it gets better. You guys, this kitchen is even more dirty than it was when I started. This is what it's like to deep clean in the middle of almost dinner time and having kids. So, but hey, look, that oven looks good.
You're my music, but you tear me to pieces. So where does it come?
Next place I wanted to tackle was under my kitchen sink. For the most part, I have actually went through this stuff probably like at least in the last 6 months, and I really want to cut back on a lot more of this products under here, but I'm kind of in the process of using some up and trying not to be super wasteful, but getting rid of a lot of them that I just don't seem to be using anymore.
Paint it black. I let it burn, you call the fire brigade, but I feel that it will come back. Oh, where does it come from? Oh, where does it come from? Oh, where...
Oh, thank you. Okay, so I just kind of straightened things up. I have kept it pretty organized for the most part under here. We just have, this has like extra little like containers that you pour water like into your diffusers and stuff like that. I just have just like random things like the duster, scrubber, and that basket, our dish pods that we use every night. This, we put a lot of our like dishes to dry on. I have my magic erasers. These are all my dusting cloths. And then this is just my cleaning products with a couple behind. I have a couple that I'm trying to just kind of get through and I probably won't buy again. But just my go-tos are mainly like my Thieves cleaner. I have this that you put vinegar in. I have Aunt Fanny's floor cleaner. I have a new one that I'm going to try, which is the lavender scent. I wasn't crazy about the 7th generation antibacterial spray, so I'm almost out of that. This is the Clorox urine remover. This stuff is like a go-to if you are like potty training, you have a husband, you have boys, you have animals, things like that. And then I am loving the Dr. Bronner's Castle soap. I use that for a ton of DIY things. We started making our own toilet bowl cleaner, which I used in my last video, and this stuff is amazing. It suds up so well, and it's good for your toilet and like you and your system, like not your system like your bowel system, but like your plumbing system. I have, my mind is in the gutter, but Yes, this is really good. I really like this. I do want to get a different bottle for it, but other than that, it's just kind of random things. Like I have this for wood cleaner and preservative. I have not used this in the longest time, but it's really expensive and it's good for a lot of wood items, so I have that just in case I need it. And then I have a couple of glass bottles where I need to make a couple of DIY cleaners.
So I need you to play on.
Okay, we are finally on to day 2 of this kitchen deep clean, and you will see that I do change my outfit at least one more time, but this only took 2 days. I just had to take a lunch break, and during lunch break, my youngest had a little accident, which led to her getting a bath, which led to me possibly getting something on my sweater and needing to change. But I had noticed right before my mom came to visit, my mom has been here for about 4 weeks, and I was just kind of cleaning through things. And does anybody else's utensil drawer just like collect crumbs or like weird dirt? Like, I don't even know how half this stuff got in there, but there was just a whole bunch of like little crumbs and dirt in there. So I decided to take it all out and clean it really good, wash out the pan, and I tried to reorganize it a little bit because that's just me. I don't know why. I changed things up quite a bit, and so I decided to change the angle of like how we put it in and tried to just declutter a little bit and make it more functional and clean looking, because we have so many like kids utensils that they were just like floating down at the bottom. And Target right now, just like in the last probably month or so, came out with these really inexpensive like drawer organizers. They're just white. I think they actually have other colors like gray and blue, and you'll see here in a minute. I actually went and got one from another drawer that I was just not really using for anything, and I put all their utensils in there.
And I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just
Now I'm just going through and cleaning my husband's coffee station, and yes, you heard that right. This is my husband's. This whole area right here, isn't he a lucky duck? He has this whole section for himself. Like, I usually do not come over here and clean it. He keeps it clean. If there's coffee grounds, which there is, I'm going to clean them up. He normally cleans it up, but if he's in a rush in the morning, it just kind of sits there. So I thought I would move this new wooden tray that I got from TJ Maxx the other day. I thought it would look really good over here because the legs were a silver color, which kind of matched his espresso machine. So I decided to do that and just kind of spice it up a little bit, change it a little bit again. Like I said, I like to change things quite often.
I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be
Comment down below. I'm curious to know how many of my viewers today are coffee drinkers or tea drinkers. I am a coffee drinker, but when I am sick, I really, really like teas. I like loose leaf teas. I have like a nice little diffuser thing that, gets it all going and like you're supposed to do with teas. But I am a coffee person. I typically only like cold brew, and that's what I drink every morning. My husband makes it for me, but my husband is a big, big coffee person. If you can't tell, he actually roasts his own beans. He has his own side business with his own like label and logo. It's called Offhand Coffee, but he's a big coffee nerd for sure.
Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters.
Next thing I'm going to do is deep clean our microwave. And funny story with this little angry woman thing here. We actually got this from my mother-in-law for Christmas one year, and she just sent it like in the mail, and it did not say exactly what it was. Like, the only thing I could find was it said vinegar on the back of her shirt, so I googled it and it came up as like angry woman vinegar lady. And what you do is you put vinegar inside of her, put her in the microwave, you know, cook it for like 2 or 3 minutes, and it steams up the whole microwave. It is literally the easiest way to sanitize your microwave and get all of that stuff that's just like sitting on and baked on like inside off. It just like falls right off. And vinegar actually is something that will sanitize, so that's why it's best to use vinegar. But I actually highly recommend it. Before I just used a bowl, but this kind of makes it fun, and my daughter likes to help me do it.
Just like the movies, I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken shadows.
Okay, so this is like one of my very first times using this Barkeeper's Friend powder. I do know it comes in a liquid form, but my mom said that she really liked the powder, so that's why I bought the powder to try it out. If I am doing this wrong, please comment down and let me know. I don't know, I didn't feel like it did that great of a job. It did leave it like super clean, but I don't know. I guess I was expecting it to be like this more amazing thing. I think I need to try it on my sink next, because I do hear a lot of people that say they strictly like to only use it in their sink because it leaves it super shiny. But if you guys stay till the end, you will see that I had another project that I tried on my sink that we've had for a while. But I don't know. I mean, I didn't think this was like life-changing or anything, but I just found it very hard to work with because it was a powder, so maybe I need to buy the liquid. I'm not sure.
Everybody's been saying that you're up to no good. Everyone has been telling me that you got me hooked. You're playing it big time. You're feeding me lies. Everyone has been bugging me to sever the ties, but I would never, ever, ever would have believed them. No reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see, but now the never, ever, ever seem to be over. I saw her, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky, lucky, lucky me.
Now I'm just going to kind of go through and wipe down a little bit of the backsplash, the countertops, just to give it one last good wipe. And I kind of wipe down the cabinets just a little bit because I typically do this not on a daily basis, but probably about every other time I wipe the counters down, I will give the cabinets a good wipe. So they are fairly clean, and I'm just kind of picking up because let me tell you, this really took me 2 long days. It really, in reality, should have not taken me this long, but because I have kids and then this was on a Sunday and a Monday, there's just a lot going on. Like, Sundays are a super productive day where I'm constantly doing other things, and I just kind of had to do all this in between those moments and like nap time, and so it ended up being a super long process. I probably cleaned the kitchen, no joke, like 4 times while I was deep cleaning.
Lucky, 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 I won't let the door hit when I leave. I guess that I was born beneath a very lucky star, and in a week or 2 I won't.
And once again, I wanted to change something up. I've always had our little like fruit and vegetable stand sitting right up here on the corner, and I just wanted to put it somewhere else. So what I did is I put it over by our shelf in the dining room and just have our fruits and apples and onions, all that stuff over there, and it really did open that space so much more. Like, it's crazy. I don't know if it'll stay there, but I'm trying it out for a little bit, see how I like it.
Lucky, lucky me. Lucky, 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 I won't let the door hit when I leave. I guess that I was born beneath a very lucky star, and in a week or 2 I won't remember who you are. I
So this product is called the Perfect Sink. I'm not really sure where we got it, and we have honestly had it since we lived in Ohio, which was 2 years ago. I think it's a product that honestly my husband has had and that he has always liked. So it was something that he had in his house before we were before we were a couple, and he's just kind of likes using it, and most of the time if it gets used, it is by him. But I used it for my first time, and honestly it wasn't too bad. I might have used it like 1 or 2 times before, but not enough for me to really remember if I liked it or not. I think I did squirt probably way too much. It said I needed to put it on a cloth, and I doused the sink in it. So no wonder why my sink was like super shiny. Now, after all that deep cleaning in the 2 days it took me, the one thing I was most excited about was this new scent. This may not be a new scent to anybody else, but it's a new scent to me. This is the Aunt Fanny's Vinegar Floor Cleaner, and I started using this stuff, I think it was their lime scent that I originally had. I found them a few months back at our local health food store, and I just like the fact that pretty much it is a 0 on the Think Dirty app, on the EWG app. Like, it is so good for you. There's nothing bad inside of it, so I wanted to give it a try. I'm not a huge vinegar smelling person. Like, I don't really care for the smell, and it does have a slight vinegar smell because it is vinegar based. But oh my gosh, this lavender scent one, you don't even have to like lavender and it smells good, because I am not a huge lavender person, and I am in love with this stuff. Like, I cannot wait to thoroughly clean my house and mop every room with this stuff, because it is definitely my go-to right now. So go run out, get yourself some Aunt Fanny's lavender floor cleaner, and thank me later. Well, that's it for this video, and if you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already, and do not forget to go check out Megan's video. I will leave the link down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!